Hello, my dear little friends. I'm Rania, and I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to Rania's Little Bedtime Stories, where every story is filled with kindness, friendship, courage, and little lessons that help our hearts grow. So, snuggle up, get nice and cozy, take a deep breath, and let's begin our bedtime adventure together. It was a morning too lovely to rush, the kind way even the trees seemed to stretch and smile. Risky stood outside, tying his shoelaces beside his old bicycle, which had a squeaky bell and a wobble in its front wheel that made it feel rather alive. "Why not ask Abba for a ride?" Sarah asked from across the street. "It's faster." Risky looked at the clear sky and the sun that wasn't too hot yet. "But this way I get to talk to the morning," he said, hopping onto his bicycle. He waved to the old uncle watering his plants. He stopped to let a sleepy cat cross the road. He breathed in fresh air that smells faintly of bread from the bakery near school. And he noticed, not for the first time, that the cars all seemed a little impatient, while he had all the time in the world. At school, Danish huffed from a car door. "You beat us again!" Risky just grinned. "I didn't beat anyone. I just started earlier and enjoyed the ride." Because in Risky's world, walking and cycling weren't just kind to the earth, they were gentle gifts to the soul. That was a lovely story. Every little act of kindness makes the world a happier place. Now, let's see what our next adventure has in store for us. Rania's best friend Donna was turning 7 soon, and her mother had planned a surprise party at school. "Rania," Ida said after class one day, "you're Donna's closest friend. I'd love for you to help with the decorations and cake, but it's a secret, okay?" Rania's eyes lit up. "A surprise? I promise I won't say a word." The next few days were exciting, but tricky. During recess, Donna asked, "Why are you whispering with my mom all the time?" Rania smiled nervously. Just helping her with something." It was hard to hide her excitement, even harder not to slip when Donna guessed, "Is something happening on Friday? You're all acting weird." Rania bit her lip and changed the topic. She wanted to tell her so badly, but she remembered her promise. Finally, Friday came. When Donna walked into the school hall after class, the lights turned on. Surprise! Balloons, cupcakes, all her classmates, and a giant card made by Rania. Donna gasped. "You knew about this?" Rania laughed. "Since last week." "And you didn't tell me?" "You would have guessed the cake flavor," Rania giggled. Later, Donna hugged her tight. "Thank you for keeping the secret. That made it even more special." That evening, Ibu said, "Some secrets are wrong, but some are beautiful, especially when they protect joy or someone's trust." Rania nodded. She had learned that sometimes keeping a good secret is the kindest gift of all. I hope you're enjoying our stories. Sometimes the smallest actions can make the biggest difference. Let's listen to another wonderful story together. It was quiet in the classroom. The Year 1 students were taking their weekly math test. Pencils scratched softly across the paper, and everyone's heads were down. Rania was doing well until she reached question 8. She read it once, then twice. She She didn't know the answer. She glanced to the side and saw her friend Zara, who had already flipped to the next page. Zara's paper was slightly visible. Rania's heart pounded. "Just a peek," a voice inside her whispered. "No one will know." But just as she leaned forward, she stopped. She remembered something Abba always said. Cheating means taking what isn't yours, and once you do, you lose more than you gain. So she sat up straight, skipped the question, and continued. After the test, Teacher Stella called the class together. "I want to share something more important than March today. During the test, one student could have easily copied, but she didn't. She chose honesty instead." Everyone looked around. "Rania," Teacher Stella said, smiling, "thank you for your integrity." Rania's cheeks turned red. "I didn't finish the test," she admitted. "But you passed something greater," Teacher Stella replied. "You passed the test of the heart." "You're such an amazing listener. Are you ready for another adventure? Let's keep going." In the little town where trees whispered and bins stood quietly in rows, there lived a boy named Risky. He had a habit of noticing things others didn't, like the way a plastic bottle looked almost lonely sitting near the drain. "Poor thing," Risky murmured, picking it up with a thoughtful frown. "You don't belong here, do you?" The bottle didn't answer, of course, but in Risky's imagination it gave a hopeful wiggle. So off he went, past the sleepy cat, the humming fence, and the swing that creaked like an old man's laugh, until he reached the recycling bin. "There," he said, dropping the bottle in gently, "you'll become something new now. Maybe a pencil case or a watering can." Zara, who had been watching from the steps, blinked. "Do bottles really come back?" "They do," Risky grinned, "but only if we help." And from that day, whenever he saw a can or wrapper feeling lost, Risky gave it a second chance, because in Risky's world, even rubbish wanted to belong. And heroes didn't wear capes. They just carried bags, sorted bins, and believed that everything deserves a second life. Wow, we've already heard 4 beautiful stories together. I wonder what we'll learn in this next one. Let's find out! During recess, Rania and her friend Ira were playing near the school garden. Rania was wearing her favorite bracelet, a gift from Tokibu, made of little pink beads. "Can I try it on?" Ira asked. Rania hesitated. It was very special, but she trusted her friend. "Okay, but be careful." Ira slid it on and twirled around happily. But as she danced, the bracelet suddenly snapped. Beads scattered everywhere. "Oh no!" Ira gasped. "I'm so sorry, Rania." Rania stared at the broken pieces. Her chest felt tight. "That was from my grandmother." Ira looked like she was about to cry. "I didn't mean to. I was just playing." Rania wanted to stay angry, but then she remembered something her teacher once said. When we forgive, we make room in our hearts for peace. She took a deep breath. "It's okay, Ira. I know it was an accident." "Really?" Ira asked softly. Rania nodded. "I'm sad, but I forgive you." Ira helped her pick up the beads. "Maybe we can fix it together?" They sat under the tree, stringing the beads one by one. The bracelet wasn't perfect anymore, but their friendship felt stronger. That evening, Rania told Ibu, "I forgave Ira, and I feel lighter." Ibu smiled. That's the beauty of forgiveness. It heals two hearts at once. You're doing a wonderful job listening. I hope these stories are making your heart smile. Let's enjoy another special adventure together. It was a rainy afternoon, and Rania was playing catch indoors with her little brother Rizky. Ibu had reminded them earlier, don't run in the living room, especially near the glass shelf. But in the excitement of the game, Rania spun too quickly. Crash! A photo frame fell to the floor. Glass shattered everywhere. It was a picture of Aki and Ibu on their wedding day, one of Ibu's most treasured items. Rania froze. Oh no, Risky whispered. Are we in trouble? Rania's heart raced. Part of her wanted to sweep it up quickly and pretend nothing happened. Maybe Risky could take the blame. But deep down, she knew the right thing to do. When Ibu came downstairs, Rania took a deep breath and said, Ibu, I broke the frame. I was careless. I'm really, really sorry. Ibu looked at the mess. She didn't raise her voice. She just nodded slowly. Thank you for telling the truth. Accidents happen, but taking responsibility, that's what makes you strong. They cleaned up the mess together. Later, Ibu surprised Rania by saying, let's reprint the photo and buy a new frame. This time, you choose it. Deep inside, Rania smiled and said to herself proudly, anyone can make a mistake, but it takes real courage to own it. You're such a great listener. I hope you're enjoying our stories. Here's another one. One breezy afternoon, the kind where the leaves gossip softly and the sky wears its best blue, Risky was walking through the park with a piece of guay in his pocket and plenty of time in his hands. He was about to sit on his favorite bench, the one shaped like a sleepy squirrel, when he noticed something out of place. A crumpled snack wrapper lay right beneath the bench, looking rather ashamed of itself. Oh dear, said Risky, crouching beside it. You don't belong here, do you? The wrapper didn't reply, but it rustled sadly in the wind. Risky took a tissue from his pocket, picked it up gently, and placed it in the nearest bin, which gave a soft thunk in gratitude. From behind a tree, Zara peeked out. Why'd you pick that up? It's not yours. Risky shrugged. Maybe not, but the park is. And then he smiled, not because anyone was watching, but because the world felt just a little cleaner, a little better. In Risky's world, every piece of litter was a chance to do something lovely, and small hands could make a big difference. Every story teaches us something beautiful. Let's discover today's next little lesson together. During art class, Rania noticed something that made her chest feel tight. Her classmate Liana was quietly drawing a beautiful butterfly. But when she left to wash her hands, another student, Nina, walked over, looked at Liana's work, and suddenly crumpled the paper. Some of the other students giggled nervously. No one said anything. Rania felt a storm inside her. That's not fair, she thought. But what if Nina gets angry at me too? She looked at Liana returning, her eyes wide with shock when she saw her artwork ruined. Rania stood up. That wasn't right, she said loudly. Nina, you shouldn't have done that. It was Liana's hard work. Everyone went silent. Nina looked surprised. She mumbled, I was just joking. But it hurt her. Rania replied gently, and it's not a joke if someone ends up sad. Chiku Aisha walked in just then. After hearing what happened, she asked Mina to apologize and helped Liana get new paper and pencils. At recess, Liana whispered, "Thank you, Rania. No one else said anything." That evening, Rania told Abba everything. Abba said, "It's easier to stay silent, but braver to speak up when something is wrong. That's the kind of courage that changes the world, one small moment at a time." Rania nodded. She had learned that even one voice, when used with kindness and courage, can stand tall against injustice. We've almost reached the end of tonight's adventures, but there's still another wonderful story waiting for us. Let's continue! It was a sunny Monday, and recess had just started. Rania and her friend Charlotte were about to eat when they heard loud voices near the canteen. Two older girls were teasing a quiet girl from year 2, Alia, who happened to be Charlotte's cousin. "Why do you wear those old shoes?" one of the girls laughed. "And your bag looks like it came from the Pasar Malam." Alia looked out, clutching her lunchbox. No one said a word. Rania saw Charlotte's eyes welling up. "That's my cousin," Charlotte whispered, "but I don't know what to do." Rania stood up. She walked over calmly and said, "That's not kind. Everyone deserves to feel safe here, even if their shoes or bags are different." The girls looked surprised. "Mind your own business." "This is my business," Rania replied firmly. "Kindness is everyone's business." A teacher nearby noticed the scene and stepped in. The older girls were reminded about school rules and respecting others. Later, Alia whispered a soft, "Thank you." Charlotte gave Rania a tight hug. "I wanted to help, but I froze." "That's okay," Rania smiled. "We help each other when one of us is strong." And Rania knew then, you didn't just stand up for your friend, you stood up as her friend. True friendship isn't just about playing and laughing. It's about protecting each other when it matters most. Can you believe it? We have one last bedtime story before we say goodnight. Let's make this final adventure extra special. Rania and Donna had been best friends since year 1. They shared everything, snacks, secrets, and silly jokes. They even called each other twin stars. But one day, a new student named Aliyah joined their class. She was cheerful, confident, and quickly became popular. Many girls began spending time with Aliyah, including some of Rania's usual friends. At recess, Rania noticed a group giggling around Aliyah. She turned to invite Donna to eat together, but before she could speak, she heard Aliyah say, "Why do you still hang out with Rania? She's so quiet." Everyone looked at Donna. Rania held her breath, but Donna stood tall. "Because Rania is my best friend. She's kind, honest, and always there when it matters. That's more important than being loud or cool." The group went silent. Aliyah shrugged and walked away. Donna turned to Rania and smiled. "Let's go eat. I saved your favorite sandwich." Later that day, Rania told Ibu everything. Ibu hugged her. "A loyal friend is rare and precious. Loyalty means standing by someone even when it's not easy. Donna chose your friendship over popularity. That shows real strength." Rania whispered, "I'm going to be just as loyal to her too." From that day, the girls became even closer. They didn't need to be the loudest or the most popular. They had something better, loyalty that stood firm no matter what. Thank you for spending this special time with me. I hope today's stories made you smile, filled your heart with kindness, and inspired you to do something wonderful tomorrow. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can make someone's day brighter. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and I'll see you again for another bedtime adventure. Good night, my dear little friends.